Hello, YouTube subscribers. Today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am doing another Chucky, but also Ghostface, Scream video. Um, I heard a lot of rumors. I've piled up my all the rumors and my theories, and basically what I kind of feel about the Chucky news and the recent Chucky news and also the recent Scream news. So instead of doing two videos on the situation, on both situations, I'm just gonna collab them into one video. So we'll just get into the video. Oh, but first we do. If you're a old subscriber, welcome back. If you're a newcomer, just dropping by randomly one of my videos, please hit that subscribe button because I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms. And hit that like button if you liked this video. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video. Also, last but not least, leave a comment down below on whatever Chucky and whatever Scream. So, if it deals with Chucky or Scream or both, leave it in the comments. Or whatever you want to see me do on my YouTube channel in the future. Whatever you want me to review, whatever you want to hear me do theories on or whatever. So, yeah. Now let's get into it. Starting off with Chucky because I am a big Chucky fan. So, of course, I'm gonna start off with Chucky. I heard some recent news that Chucky might go to outer space with where the xenomorphs and predators live and E.T. Yeah. Honestly, do I know how to feel about that at this moment? Yes. At first, I did not know. Well, I basically knew how to feel. I hated the idea at first, and then after I thought about it, I somewhat liked the idea, but still hated the idea. But after more thinking about it and more actually thinking of where the show is, where the movies lead, where the movies led, and where the show is leading, even though I haven't seen part 2 yet of the season 3, I still feel like I know where the show is heading. Do I feel like Chucky's gonna die? No, absolutely not. Even though there are times that I truly feel like I do want him to die and basically retire as the character. Basically, Chucky's dead, and the actor that voices Chucky can fully retire. But I know deep down inside, as a Chucky fan, Chucky's never gonna die. Doesn't matter if the situation he is in right now, there is a way for him. I know there is going to be a way for him to pull his ass back out and be fully young again, Peter Panish. But for this recent news, I heard back and forth that at first Don Mancini thought the idea was stupid. And now he's going back and recorrecting himself and actually saying this. But also, I heard another rumor that at first, yes, he actually did think it was a good idea, but he was afraid to do it. But now, recently, since it resurfaced back up, if he hears enough fans that actually wants to see Chucky in outer space, then he will actually do it. He will actually scramble up a story, a Chucky story, where he does go out into outer space. Now, granted, I've seen almost every horror slasher that went to frickin' outer space. I saw Hellraiser into space. I saw, which was not a good movie. I fell asleep at least half of the portion of the Hellraiser into space. I actually fell asleep during half of the bigger portions of Hellraiser, of some of Hellraiser's movies. I've also seen Leprechaun in space. I mean, granted, it's not one of my favorite Leprechaun films, but it is pretty good for what it is. I mean, Leprechaun movies you can't really take seriously for what they are. It's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Especially when he pulled out the lightsaber, it's like, yeah. Jason X, Jason in Space. Okay, that I've grown to like. I mean, at first I didn't really like Jason at all. I didn't see a point to like Jason when I was young, even though I saw him as another slasher and I liked Freddy Krueger when I was younger, but I moved on, and my now number one favorite character of all time, and will always be to this point, is Chucky. But when I liked it Freddy then, I guess I never saw a point to like Jason. But when I watched Jason X, I found it interesting, but I didn't like it. Going back and actually watching it, of now actually respecting Jason for what the character is, yes, I actually do adore Jason X. I do like some of the things that Jason X threw out there on the table. Is it a perfect movie with perfect CGI? No, it's not. Well, the story's not half bad, but the CGI could have been better. But I mean, hey, so, but I can't really bitch because most of my movies in my generation, CGI kind of sucks most of the time. But the Marvels, anyway. But and how Hellraiser into space, Leprechaun into space, Jason X into space. Once those first came out originally, those bombed in the box office. Those freaking destroyed the characters of what they were. Okay, and then over time, yes, Leprechaun into space has a little smidge cult following. Does Hellraiser into space does? No, that movie is still garbage. Jason X, that has like a big, huge cult following now these days, where people actually enjoy that movie for what it is, for what it actually should have done. But Chucky into space, I even asked my friend at work that what would he think about it, and he said that's just completely stupid because honestly, he is basically my Chucky doll's right behind me, but he's that high, and basically once and if you're looking at a grown man, a full grown man, or hell, even a child, he said a grown full adult could just kick Chucky out of the airlock. A child could basically push Chucky out of the airlock, and basically Chucky would be floating in space. And my sister asked me how would he get, like she said, sure, he would be hiding in one of the basically apartments that basically you would stash your stuff. But my sister's like, he wouldn't have that many people to go after either. And she's like, for example, Star Wars, and that's where I kind of took the stage where I'm like, that would be cool. See Chucky with a lightsaber go. I mean, that's when I actually started to kind of like the idea of Chucky going to outer space, because Chucky, he's been almost everywhere around the world. He's basically been from kind of held back. And even though we haven't seen him in hell, and even though we haven't seen Jason in hell yet, but basically he went to hell because the whole title Jason Goes to Hell, when we rarely don't see Jason in hell at all. But which that's another thing I told my friend because at work, because he asked me where would I like to see Chucky go, and I'm like, hell. And he's like, seriously? And I'm like, what? We didn't really see Jason in hell. Might as well see Chucky in hell. Actually in hell. Maybe against Satan, demons, maybe some of the other slashers as a comedy joke, because basically that's kind of what Chucky is. He's a comedy gag. He's a comedy gag slasher that anybody barely takes seriously now these days. And honestly, that's why I'm not so angry about the whole space thing anymore, because basically he is running out of space to go in the world. He went to New York for a short amount of time, not actually take Manhattan, but as I kind of would have liked to see, at least for a little bit, like Chucky terrorize New York a little bit while terrorizing Tiffany. Um, I would, I'm still sticking to the point of I would like to see Chucky try and rule hell. Like, oh, I've been in the White House, motherfuckers. I can take over the fucking hell as we know it, type thing. But I would like to see Chucky be in outer space now. I don't mind it because he is silly. He's not a character you can completely take seriously, and there's a lot of jokes you could throw out there as well. One step for doll feet, one giant leap for doll kind. If you have Chucky magically pull out a lightsaber and feel my force, motherfuckers. Just anything. So, with that, do I know how to completely feel about it? No, I don't. I may think I do, but I don't. Honestly, would I like to see it either other way? Kind of, to a certain point, but not completely. So it's like, that's basically all I can say and think of about Chucky in space is that. And yeah, sure, Chucky may not have a spacesuit. I mean, what spacesuit is fit for a frickin' doll? I mean, sure, there was Space Buddies, but that was because it was around dogs. And of course, a movie surrounded around dogs. Of course, there's gonna be magically a dog-made spacesuit. But, but moving on from Chucky in space onto Scream VII. Now, Scream VII, Okay, yeah, I get it. That some Scream fans do believe where Sarah and Tara's and basically the core four and the legacy characters, in Scream 6 stories are perfect the way they are at the end of Scream 6. Granted, did anybody die in Scream 6? Yes. Was that one of our main characters? No. Sally, no. I mean, I'm glad Gail survived. I'm glad Kirby survived. I'm glad that basically the whole fucking core four survived. But the way the ending for Scream 6 was to me would be I mean, same thing for Scream 5. It was a good it was a good feeling for both directions. A closed ending if they wanted to leave it closed, and an opening ending while they could move forward if they wanted to. Now, of course, they moved forward, Scream 6. The ending felt the same to me. A close ending where they wanted to leave it there, they could, or and also a opening ending where they could still go forward of where they left off. Now, would I like to see the core four and the legacy characters to go forward? Yes, I would. I would like to see them, but Spyglass's two heads and their egos are too far out their asses to actually freaking give us what we want. Which, yes, I get it. It goes back to Scream 5 that basically it goes back to Scream 5 that fandom is toxic. There's really nothing that fans will bitch no matter what. It's toxicating and shit, but if we get what we want or not. Now, me, I bitch about some things that I actually ask for in return, and I get it in return, kind of sometimes, but not all the time, as a fan or not, because I look at it as a movie is not just a movie; it's a work of art. You have the canvas, you have the canvas, you have the paint, you have the correct paint, you have the picture you have in your head. Does the final product always turn out completely as you have it in your head? Not completely, but somewhat, where basically there are things here and there on the canvas, but there's a few changes, but it's still there. It gets the answer, the questions and the answers across. Now, would I like to see the core four and the legacy characters continue to move forward, get the correct legacy, the correct last requel movie in the form of Scream 7? Yes. But are we? No. Because, not trying to be mean to most of the core four and the legacy characters, whoever's left of the legacy characters, Sydney, Gail, and Kirby. Okay, yeah, basically, they got lives. They got freaking, they on the side of lives, they got a career, more stronger career than, because the actress that played Gail, she's still getting the Friends money on the side of actually going back to Scream, because Friends is still going on. The actress that played Sydney, she's getting, she got kids to deal with, she got other shows to deal with, other movies, and Kirby, the actress that played Kirby, I have no idea, but I know she's still successful and outside of Scream. Now, the core four, I heard they're doing other things as well. Now, the actress that played Tara, I mean, sh- I mean, yeah, sure, she's doing Beetlejuice. Jana Ortega is doing other things like Beetlejuice, Wednesday season 2, stuff like that. And the actress that played Sam, she's doing a movie of Dracula's daughter, even though she's not playing as Dracula's daughter. She's but and the other two, I heard that the actress that plays Chad's sister is still doing not Yellowstone, but Yellow Jacket, and the brother, and the actor that played Chad, I have no idea what else he's doing, but I heard that he's still going as an actor. So that stuff I can respect. I can understand if they actually don't want to come back for Scream 7, including the way Scream 6 ended. That could be a perfect ending for the core 4 and the legacy characters. And as we saw in Scream 6, we will be fine without Sydney. So, and we did completely fine. But that was only because we got new characters. We basically still had the Reek rules on the table. We got new characters to pass down the torch, which we still followed, and we still got two out of the 4 legacy characters that got returned. And to me, that's why we were able to kind of get past the whole BS around Sydney not being there as well, including a good cover up in the movie. But, okay, yeah, I looked at it as like the stab movies in the Scream universe. Okay, yeah, we got in Sydney in the beginning, 1 through 4, well, 1 through 5, but, and then now Sydney's out of the picture, just like in the stab movies. At some point in the stab movies, they took Sydney out, and they still kept on going. Okay, yeah. Scream 7. It hit me. I've been listening to all the rumors that basically all the rumors around Scream 7 could erase Scream 5 and 6 and completely start over. Okay, yeah, that idea is really fucking stupid. It is really dumb. But here's an idea that I had that I told my friend at work about. That basically in Scream 6, we could still follow a legacy character. Will it be Gale? No, it won't be Gale. I mean, shit. She has a life of her own, as it was proven in Scream 5. But we could follow the 4th legacy character. And that would be, shit, I forgot her name. Kirby. We could follow Kirby because if we go back and watch the Scream movies, what are they about on the side of basically, okay, who's under the mask? Who did it? Who done it? Type situations. On the side of Scream movies being a detective movie of who's under the mask, who done it, and why. On the side of those reasons of being in making a Scream movie, what's also in a Scream movie? Explaining and kind of making fun of other franchises. Okay, Scream 1 was basically explaining how horror movies work, the rules. Not to drink beer, not to have sex, don't take drugs, don't say that don't say that I'll be right back, because you won't be back. And I feel like I'm missing one. And then in Scream 2, basically, Scream 2 is basically about the killer, basically getting the more gore, more blood, the more the better. And that's what sequels are all about, because the more there is the better, and would draw in more people. The third movie basically explains a trilogy. Whatever that you think is there, whatever you thought was there, actually wasn't. And that's where you find out is that basically the third movie, as they make reference to Return of the Jedi, The Godfather, because the past is not at rest and stuff like that. And then the fourth movie was basically making fun of remakes, explaining the remake rules. And then the fifth movie is requels. Okay? Requels. Basically, also, what just came out last year that basically took Saw fans' breath away. Saw X, also known as Saw 2, because when they were making the film, they announced that basically Saw X/2 would take place between the third, after the first movie and before the actual sequel Saw movie, which actually makes it the true second movie. And what did Kirby say in Scream 6? I follow every spot that deals with a Ghostface problem. Not in those words, but technically it gets that's basically what she kind of said, just not in those words, that she follows wherever is a Ghostface attack, because she was a Ghostface victim. So I'm thinking, okay, well, the Scream movies make fun of and goes with, and that's what kind of also makes the Scream movies what they are today, and then from then to now, is that what if they do the same thing? What if they explain the thing that the Saw movies are now doing, that basically, yes, that but not like fully explain, because then it kind of but just explain, okay, yeah, sure, we're following Kirby, still one of the legacy characters. We are still getting which is a character we already know, and we also get introduced more locations, more new people that are actually getting Ghostface attacks. That we actually find out there's actually more than one location beyond the actual home of Ghostface, that basically other states have Ghostfaces. There's and that we follow Kirby to those locations, and she helps those victims, and we might see those victims come back, kind of like how most Scream fans want to see the original Scream and the MTV Scream to come together. It's kind of like that idea, but instead of it being the MTV, it's more of the actual classic shit of the costume, of actually getting new people, just not in MTV fucked up form. Even though I don't mind the MTV, it still could have been better, newer. Um, so it's that's my idea of where Scream 7 could go. Is that basically it's not really Scream 7. It would be more of truly the true Scream 5, Scream 6, and Scream 7, because they couldn't build a trilogy out of that, like from one state to another, like every other Scream movie. Basically, how Scream 1 was set in whatever. And then how it was the second movie was in a different state. So basically, Kirby would jump from state to state, Ghostface to Ghostface states, and it would build, and it basically gets back to the requel trilogy that we've now gotten, and basically, and sure, Scream and Scream 6 that we've already gotten, basically, the numbers would be kind of fucked up, but hey, we've still gotten a Scream trilogy, and still got Scream at the same time, while getting back around, while everybody cools off, Spyglass, the Core 4, and the rest of the legacy characters cools off from this little BS incident. Everybody get their shit together, everybody get their shit done, and then we could actually roll back around, maybe have like an end game type situation where basically the Scream 8 that us Scream fans, the correct Scream movie us fans desire, and basically Spyglass wants to do like an endgame type situation where we got like all the legacy characters back, all the requel characters back, and then whoever we meet along the way from the Kirby trilogy of Kirby meeting and actually becoming new survivors of Ghostface from their town, and they all meet up, they all come together. We get Stu back as Ghostface, as most Scream fans want. It is what I want to see, is Stu back, where he has like this Ghostface army, and it makes sense where all these new and random Ghostfaces are coming from, and that basically, and it'll just, and maybe by then it'll just end the fucking Scream movies completely, and by then the title could be done where it's like Scream Saga, the Revenge of Stu or whatever, which I would give it away, but still, so yeah, that's basically where I see it going. What do I want to see it in that direction? Will I find it kind of dumb? Yeah, but it's what I see, and I already find it dumb as it is. But if it helps us get more Scream movies and more love out of the franchise, and then fine. But I mean, what are we really gonna get other than disappointment from Spyglass already? Because they're already going through many scripts, many directors, and the actress that plays Sydney, she was gonna do it, but she backed out because she said that she has another thing that she has to do. Okay, well, that's why I'm suggesting, that's why I'm throwing it out there on the frickin' table that follow Kirby. Make it a somewhat prequel sequel situation that basically, instead of a requel, pause out the requel situation, go back and do what Salda is doing right now. Is the prequel sequel situation is that follow Kirby, you still got a legacy character, jumping from state to state with a Ghostface problem, meeting new victims while actually realizing there's more than actually one or two or three or four freaking Ghostface victims out there other than Sydney, Dewey, Gale, Kirby, Sam, Tara, the original core four. So it's like, so yeah. I mean, sure, it will be messing up the numbers like we did with Star Wars, but it'd be worth it because, like I said, just like Star Wars fans, they got more Star Wars stuff. As Scream fans, we would get more Scream stuff. So, have a nice day, have a nice night whenever you're watching this. Peace.